Masturbation, an habit that could be the reason why you are still single, unmarried, and lonely. Surprisingly, you might have thought of this. Anyway, let's explore science to prove masturbation might be the reason you are still single. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Motivate HQ to change your life forever. The first sign that masturbation might be keeping you single is that it prevents you from truly loving the opposite sex. Now let's break this down, shall we? When we talk about love, we're talking about a genuine connection, a deep understanding, and a profound respect for another person. Masturbation, on the other hand, can often lead to the development of unrealistic expectations and fantasies. You see, it's easy to get lost in a world of fantasy where everything is perfect and everyone behaves exactly the way you want them to. But, and here's the kicker, real life doesn't work that way. Real people have flaws, they have quirks, and they certainly don't exist to fulfill your every whim and desire. This disparity between fantasy and reality can create a barrier, a love barrier if you will, that hinders genuine connection with the opposite sex. So, if you find yourself preferring your fantasies over real human connection, it might be time to take a step back. The second sign is an increased fear of commitment. You see, masturbation can sometimes act as a form of escapism, creating a safety net that allows you to avoid dealing with real-life challenges. This includes the responsibilities and the emotional investment that come with a committed relationship. It's like having a comfort zone that you don't want to step out of. You might find yourself shying away from the idea of committing to another person because it seems like a lot of work. It's easier to retreat into your shell, isn't it? But remember, commitment is a part of life, and it's not always about the easy path. It's about growing, learning, and bonding with another individual. By avoiding this, you might be missing out on some of the most beautiful aspects of life. Have you ever experienced this fear of commitment? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The third and fourth symptoms are interrelated. They concern the impact of self-pleasure on your social connections and the illusion of fulfillment it provides. Let's dive into social connections. You might be oblivious to the fact that excessive self-gratification can impede your self-assuredness and charm, particularly when interacting with those of the opposite gender. This isn't merely about dating or romantic affiliations, it's about your overall capacity to relate and converse with others. When you're too engrossed in catering to your own desires, you may struggle to meaningfully engage with another individual. You might have difficulty maintaining eye contact, fumble over your words, or even evade social scenarios entirely. This is because you're accustomed to a solitary act that doesn't demand charisma, humor, or social finesse. And when these abilities are not utilized, they tend to diminish. Let's now refocus and discuss fulfillment. Not just any fulfillment, but an illusion of fulfillment. Self-pleasure can certainly offer a fleeting sense of delight. However, it's exactly that, fleeting. It's a transient moment that is incomparable to the profound and enduring fulfillment derived from a legitimate, significant relationship. When you're perpetually chasing that immediate gratification, you're forfeiting the opportunity to experience authentic intimacy, mutual experiences, and the happiness of truly understanding and being understood by another individual. And here's the crucial point. The more you succumb to this illusion of fulfillment, the less attractive reality appears. Why? Because you're conditioning your brain to favor fantasy over reality. You're instructing it to settle for less, for something that's straightforward and instantaneous, as opposed to something that demands effort, time, and emotional commitment. Consequently, these two symptoms are not only about how you connect with others, but also about your self-perception. They concern how you interpret fulfillment and the value you place on genuine human connections. When you're perpetually fulfilled by a fantasy, the reality can often seem less enticing. The fifth and sixth signs are about the inner shame that masturbation can cause and how it can lower your energy levels. Now let's talk about inner shame. It's a feeling that hides deep within us, often surfacing in our interactions and demeanor, even if we don't realize it. When you're indulging in masturbation frequently, you may begin to feel a sense of guilt or shame. This could be due to societal norms, personal beliefs, or a feeling of isolation. This inner shame is not invisible. It can subtly manifest in your body language, your tone of voice, the way you carry yourself. Potential partners can often sense this inner turmoil. It's like a faint alarm bell that rings in their subconscious, making them feel uneasy. It's not about them being judgmental. It's about them sensing that something is off. This can create a barrier between you and potential relationships, keeping you single. Moving on to the sixth sign, we talk about energy levels. Masturbation can be a considerable energy drain, both physically and mentally. When you're constantly spending your energy on this act, you're left with less to pursue real-life goals and relationships. Your motivation to engage in social activities, to chase your dreams, even to simply get up and seize the day, diminishes. Imagine your energy as a battery. Every time you masturbate, you're using up a significant chunk of your battery life. Now, if you're frequently depleting your energy reserves, you're left with very little to power your day-to-day activities, let alone the pursuit of a meaningful relationship. Moreover, low energy levels can affect your attractiveness. People are naturally drawn to individuals who exude vitality, enthusiasm, and a zest for life. If you're constantly low on energy, it can make you seem less appealing, less vibrant, less alive. When you're constantly drained and carrying around a sense of shame, it's hard to be attractive to others. To wrap things up, let's revisit the signs we've discussed today. We started with the love barrier, how masturbation can create a wall between you and the possibility of a real, loving relationship. Then we moved on to the fear of commitment, where this act intensifies apprehension towards long-term bonds. We then delved into how masturbation can drastically alter your social interactions, reducing your confidence and charisma when engaging with the opposite sex. This was closely tied with the false satisfaction that masturbation provides, potentially replacing the fulfillment you could find in a committed relationship. Lastly, we explored the inner shame that can emanate from this act, making you somehow less appealing, and how it can lower your energy and motivation to pursue genuine life goals. Remember, it's all about balance. If you feel that your habits are affecting your love life, it might be time to reassess. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay aware and stay balanced.